Hello.
Yay!
We had
We
some
did it.
technical issues, baby. But we're
We
here now
did.
and we are officially screaming. And I'm super excited, you guys, to talk about the Sustainable Notary Conference and meet the speakers. So we have the first lineup, Miss Vanessa Terry. It's so amazing to see you coming from the Virginia area. And I just wanted to
Mhm.
introduce you to the audience.
Yay! Well, I'm excited. Thank you, Renee. You're the best ever. And I'm really excited about this conference. So, my name is Vanessa Terry. I am the founder of Notary to Notary, the online training platform that teaches anyone across the country how to build successful notary signing agent businesses. I've been doing it since 2019. I've been a notary since 2014, but I've been training since 2019. And so that's what I do. You guys know I'm also doing my e-notary platform, I Notarize, but I'm all in these notary streets and just doing everything, helping everybody. So I'm really excited about the conference. Renee, you're awesome. I always love working with you. So I know it's going to be a great, great, great event.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for that information. I just wanted to spend some time asking you some questions, getting a little feel about the conference and basically what we have to offer, what makes this conference a little bit different, and what we have on the lineup. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be
Excellent. So I have
awesome.
about 10 questions, but I know that we're not going to get into 10 questions. So I'm going to come up with the best ones out of the 10. All right. So
Okay.
your section is going to be what topic are you really going to talk about at the conference?
So I'll be talking about marketing. So marketing your notary business and getting into client retention, right? Online. So we'll be talking about, yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And I like that we picked the client retention because a lot of people just talk about marketing all the time. Like, oh, go get clients, go get clients, go get clients. But you can get clients and then lose them. Okay. If you don't know how to actually take care of those clients. And that's what we're going to talk about, really getting into how to maintain and keep really great prosperous relationships with those clients. So we'll be doing that. And then I'll be on the Ron platform too, the Ron panel. And y'all know I'm all things Ron. I love it. I'm always the biggest advocate for Ron. If you are a notary, honey, I'm going to tell you, you need to at least know how to conduct e-notarizations. Start, learning the industry because it's definitely where notary is going. We're basically there, but you're going to see, even if you're in a state that doesn't have Ron yet, you will very soon. You will. So yeah, I'm excited.
Oh my God, that is nothing but amazing. And I think that you have touched on so much stuff for like the average notary to kind of just take up. So let's kind of pull back a little bit and just like um talk about like what is client retention. So how did you come to know in your notary business before you built this like sustainable model that client retention was so important for a notary business?
So I actually learned that from my a job. I was a manager, assistant manager, and general manager at a restaurant, and that was one thing that they taught was client retention and how to have repeat customers and things like that. And so I kind of took that with me into notary, and I understood the value of catering and fostering relationships, and that's really 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 important to have really genuine relationships with people. And it could be something as simple. I always say that one of my coaches taught me this. Something as simple as you're talking to, let's say, a title officer, and she mentions, "Oh, my daughter's birthday is next week," and in a conversation, maybe she's saying, "Oh, I won't be available to do something, and my daughter's birthday is this day," right? Taking a note, her daughter's birthday is today. I'm gonna send her an e-gift card. It says, "Happy birthday to your daughter," $25 Amazon gift card. Something as small as that just shows that, hey, I'm a person, you're a person, we're building relationships. And so you don't have everything doesn't have to be about money either. It's something like maybe someone mentioned their anniversary and just say, "Hey, how was your anniversary dinner?" But really changing your mindset from the dollar to the person. And that's a
Oh,
really, really big. And I think it made a huge difference for me and all of my companies when you don't think of it like, let me just go get this dollar, this dollar, this dollar. But how can we both benefit from each other? And how can we treat each other like actual humans and, care about each other and not just like, am I gonna make the sale? Am I gonna make the sale? Am I gonna make the sale? Don't do that. Okay. Think about all the relationships that you have with people in the business sector or in private. Most of the times, the best relationships are when you have a true connection with somebody. And it's like, even when you think about like who you network with, let's say you go out networking and someone makes a really funny joke, or you really have a really, y'all might talk a whole lot more than someone else who just came and gave a business card and just tried to sell you, right? Because there was no real human interaction. It was just about the dollar. And that's why it's not gonna be sustainable. You have to really build relationships. It's really important.
I love the word that you just used, sustainable. And that's what the whole point about this conference is, sustainability, right? Sustainability in the concept of client retention. Who is speaking about that, right? I remember when I heard you on Clubhouse and you was talking about client retention, I'm like, yes, that's what I'm going through as a signing service, client retention, right? And how you can make that, because I always think marketing is the pre, right? The post is making sure that client doesn't go to somewhere else, right? They're happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were just speaking of just making sure what you can do and just CRM. Most people don't even know what a CRM is in this business, right? A CRM
Mm-hmm.
is a client relationship management, right? It's going to help you with client retention. It's kind of client retention, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
is super exciting to know that we're going to take notaries to the next level of their business. So there's conferences that teach you how to make the money, but this conference is teaching you how to sustain the money, how to sustain. We always talk about generational wealth, but what does that really look like, right? We always complain about no one ever told us that we're like six different hats in our business, right? If someone would have told it us, maybe. But now let's embrace it because we have flexibility. We can be creative in everything we do, right? And so, especially
Mm-hmm.
that tax write off in everything we do, right? That benefits.
Exactly.
So I'm super excited about that. Let me ask you another question, if that's okay. So,
Yeah.
how effective do you think client retention for the strategies that you have taught or helped you in the conversion rate exists with your current clients?
Drastically. Okay. It's like if you go, it's just like everything with every company, especially any major, even like middle-ish to major company. Whenever you walk into a store, whenever you go on their website, whenever you even interact with their social media page, they already have a plan for how they're going to connect with you. Like whether that's I'm going to email, I'm going to text, I'm going to follow up, I'm going to call. They put the systems in place, and so you have to start thinking that way. If you just let's say you walk into a store, and I walk into a store and I'm looking. Hold on, am I back? I think I'm back. Okay, someone called me and I have it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so you walk into a store and no one engaged with you. You just look around at stuff. You probably won't come back. But if you go into a store and they say, "Oh, we have a mailing list, we have a text list, we have coupons for you," now it's like, "Oh, awesome!" It's engaging, and that's so important. Like when I first got started, I did not practice client retention when I first got started in the very
Mm.
beginning. I really didn't. It was just like people would send me jobs, and I'm always friendly. So I always had that, you know, talking relationship kind of thing. But it was not like a full system. It was just like, oh, I'm being nice. But now I'm intentional. I'm
Mm.
intentional with every client that
Intentional.
I have. Yeah, every client that I have, it's like, okay, I have you. We're in relationships. We're going to talk every holiday. If I know anything going on in your life, anything, I just check in. Especially, let's say I have one client that they do commercial contracts, for example, and in Virginia they're working on changing legislation about how title companies operate, and she's a title company. And so when I saw that, I sent it to her and I said, hey, did you see this? I just wanted you to know, how does it affect you? Da 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 da. It became a whole conversation because now I'm not just saying give me all your clients. I'm saying, hey, they're changing the law. They're trying to change the law about your business. Did you know
Mm.
about this? Right? So now it's like I'm looking out for her. That's building relationships. That's
Oh my God,
sustainability.
that is just amazing because as I go to a lot of conferences myself, like escrow conferences, settlement conferences, and a lot of conferences to that degree.
Oh wait, I think my audio. It's not me. Hold on.
Oh no, it's there.
It is me.
No, I can hear you.
You can
Yeah.
hear me, but I can't hear you. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Or let's just not do AirPods. How about that? Let's see if that just gives me back my volume. Okay. Say something.
Yeah, I just think there's just a little bit of a noise. That's it. Maybe the window.
It doesn't like me. Hold on. And we were really getting to the goods.
I can hear you. Okay. So with that being said, I think that one of the stories behind it is that I personally go to a lot of conferences, and being at a lot of conferences, what I have noticed is that the title report. If I was never at a title report, I would never be able to understand that how can I benefit escrow officers? How can I benefit other people? And so with that being said, client retention is just so important in your notary business, especially if you're a loan signing agent, knowing that how can I give more of myself than just being a notary. If I find out of a new law, a new process, it's been taken care of. That's one of the things that I think that is so important when it comes to that.
And
So
come back in. Can you hear me? How come I can't hear you?
I'm not sure.
I'm. Hmm.
But I think that's a really great opportunity. And so we'll have Vanessa come offline a little bit, and then she'll come right back in regards to what's going on. So one of the next questions that we have, Vanessa has just built a sustainable notary model, from just being a notary, having a trading platform for notaries, right? Building right now a Ron platform, right, for notaries, and then also having a signing service. These are different things that we want to show you that if you want to be more, then the Sustainable Notary Conference is for you. It's for everyone, because we're going to go over a lot of different things that has not been talked about in presentation model, right? When it comes to yourself and everything, such as accounting, right? Is that a conversation that people talk about? Such as business taxation. It's tax season. We have like one or a couple more days until you can turn in your taxes. And what that looks like when it comes to your front office, right? How do we manage all of the being overwhelmed as a notary, right? And it's not just a notary, it's a notary entrepreneur. What is the entrepreneur part of the business? So we actually talk about all of that. And I just wanted to bring her back on to just say
Yay.
how front end model is really important, and front end model of an entrepreneur business has to do specifically with client retention.
I'm back.
So
I can
tell
hear
us
you
your
now.
story. You was on to a story with a title company.
I was. Man, I lost a train of thought. But I think I was telling about the commercial title company. And so yeah, me sharing with her news and things in her industry is just like, okay, building an actual sustainable relationship. It's like, okay, so then she can tell me stuff that's going on, I tell her stuff that's going on, but now we have a friendship. Now we have a relationship because it's not just about the dollar. So yeah, you know,
No, I think
sustainability.
that's so important to that. I was talking about the title report. I don't know if you're familiar with titlereport.com. It's like a newspaper come out from October Research. And so it's like really given to like the settlement department or the settlement agency, stuff like that. But like when a notary did fraud, when escrow got caught up with, a stipulation, they are like the newscast for our industry, the real estate industry, and things like that. So when things come through, just like how you mentioned, like, hey, did you know about this new law? Because like currently right now, there's an AB law for notaries right now in the state of California that we are talking about. How is it going to affect notaries for making corrections on a document that was already posted? This is a huge. We have people that are for it and people are against it, right? Changing the trajectory of our future of just, hey, can notaries correct backdated stuff? Like a signing went on from, I don't know, Monday, right? And I get a correction from the title company. What do I do? Do I go out and do the entire signing? Or am I able to correct that all purpose acknowledgement?
Yeah.
This on the table right now for us to vote as a community of notaries of where our stand is. And so some of the caveat to it, how long is the time frame is going to be if we have that? And is there any backflash on us as notary for if something was to be fraudulent, right? Activity. So just all of that is some political conversations. And I think that is very important for us to have relationships with our title office, our escrow
Mm-hmm.
office, to see what their stance is. Because not only do we do orders, but we are trying to be a community, right? To be partners, to be colleagues, right? So conversations like this welcome client retention, right? To say, hey, I'm
Exactly.
more than a notary. hey, I'm more than just this. I'm an informed notary, right? I care about our relationship. And I think that was the caveat of what you were trying to acknowledge
Yeah,
today.
exactly.
So it
Exactly.
was beautiful. So let's talk about more questions about you for the last wrap up, okay? So I'm
Okay.
going to pick one from each section. So one of the section is, what do you feel is your purpose in the notary community?
Such a deep question.
It
I
is.
honestly, I think my purpose is to educate and encourage people. uh, I know there's a lot of, everyone has their own niche that they like to, focus on. I'm more of a motivator. And so I like to encourage people to get into the business so they can get that time of financial freedom and to build the confidence. And, I'm all about people changing their lives. And like notary changed my life. It took me from working jobs that I didn't want to work. I'm always talking about that, to really being able to live a lifestyle that's comfortable and that I like, being able to move the way I want to move. And so I'm about like pulling off the how you call it, like the curtain from people's eyes, and like, yeah, you can do something different. That's my biggest thing. I want people to really, really, you know, learn they can live the life they want. And I just do that through notary. And so I want people to be able to have that time freedom, have that financial freedom. I think that's my purpose. I like to motivate and encourage and people to be happy. Yes.
Motivate, encourage for people to be happy. I think that is a great sum up to that question, because I really thought about some of these questions for the meet the speaker today, to have people know, why did I select certain people to be on the panelists, to be a part of the conference, right? And you answered it so well, and just very just real, I would say. So the next question I have before we conclude is, what keep what keeps you going, what keeps you growing, right? So you couldn't have, you built a round platform, right? You
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to, because at that moment you had a successful um educational platform. You grew and then became a signing service, and then you grew and you said, okay, I want to get into the tech space. Like, what keeps you growing, what keeps you going? Because at the end of the day, you don't
Yeah.
have to. It can be
Yeah.
overwhelming.
And so that's a two kind of answer question. So one, I think, was my kids, like my why, is my kids. Like, but it started off like that. But then after a certain point, my kids are okay. Uh, it really I became fascinated with learning what my true potential was. And so every day I'm pushing myself to see, hey, what can I really do? And this is something that probably really only became a thing to me a couple years ago, because, a lot of times when go to school and culture, society, we're taught that, okay, you can do this, you can be one thing, like be a doctor, be a lawyer, and we're like taught to just sit in this one little chair. And then, once my eyes were open, it's like, Vanessa, hold on, you can do anything. And so I am fascinated, genuinely fascinated with learning what I can do. And so after I notarize, it's gonna be something else. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a movie theater. Who, I have no idea.
I'm
Maybe I'll
telling
go
you,
to space.
no movie theater. I love it.
Who knows? I might start building rocket ships too with Elon Musk. Who knows? But I'm fascinated, pushing myself. And I really encourage everybody to do that. Like, you are not who you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You do not have to be one thing. You can change as many times as you want. And I think that's really, really what I want people to grasp. Like, you do not have to just stay in one little bubble, and you have so much potential inside. A lot of us, we only use about 10 to 20% of our true potential, and we're not
Mm.
pushed on a day-to-day basis. Like, we're not challenged, we're not pushed, we're really comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you can't grow that way. You have to push yourself and put yourself in situations and in positions and in businesses that you have. I like taking on challenges. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. None whatsoever. Like, when I started this platform, I had no idea what I was doing. Nothing. But that's okay. I think I'm comfortable now being uncomfortable, because I want to see what I can do. And only in that space can you truly, be free. It's fun. It's exhilarating. It's like, and then your brain starts working and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? Most of us don't even think. Most days we're such an autopilot. You don't have to think, because you can do your job while you're sleeping. You don't even think how to get home. You order the same grocery every day. You wear the same clothes. You never have to be creative. And so you're never growing. You're just you're just doing the same thing. And so that's what I exactly like. I just want to keep pushing myself. And in 5 years, who knows? I'm probably doing something completely different. And that's okay. You know, we're just gonna see what happens.
I love that answer. And I think you did a beautiful job of just answering the question, what keeps you growing and going? Because sometimes notary, they quit. It's a lot. You're right. Especially being on YouTube sometimes, and it's like, oh, you can make $75 to $200 an hour, and everybody hops in, but they don't know what the backbone that you have in order for you to be sustainable, in order for you to keep going, in order for you to be successful, and have the support system, right? Because, like you said, your coach, right? Your previous jobs and experience. That's why you were able to dominate and excel in the industry. So we're just here to just show someone something different. And that's why the sustainable model is here. The Sustainable Notary Conference is really here to broadcast that whatever you want in life, you can get, right? Let's just build the plan, build the community, and build from that, right? We all want
Mm-hmm.
financial freedom, but how do we get there? So from just failures, right? That teach us lessons, right? So come here from just subject matter experts. Let's come listen to other notaries and just be in the same mindset. Because if I can change your mind, I can change your life. But if I cannot change your mind, then I definitely can't change your life. So come to the Sustainable
I
Notary
like it.
Conference, and we will
Mm-hmm.
love to have everyone. And thank you so much, you guys. Give a thank you to Vanessa Terry. We have a lot of people coming on. They said, "Oh my God, you did a great job, doing exceptional, Miss Love." They're saying, "Ladies, you're doing excellent when it comes to loan signing people from New York. How awesome it is!" And until next time, you guys, I hope that this was great. And thank you so much, Miss Vanessa Terry, being the just your true self.
Oh yeah, all the time. Thank you, Renee. I'm excited for the conference. I will see you there.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.